Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Nadira binti Muhammad Sobri. My matric number is 1231407. So today I will present about my research entitled Benefits of Social Media Among Student Performance for Chapter 1 Introduction. So, in recent years, social media has become an essential part of university student daily life. Platforms such as WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, and YouTube are not only used for social interaction but also for academic purposes such as sharing learning material, discussing course content, and collaborating on group assignments. Due to its widespread use, social media has the potential to influence students' learning experience and academic performance. For the problem statements, social media usage among Malaysian university students is very high. Previous students show mixed findings on its impact on academic performance. Many students do not clearly distinguish between academic and non-academic use of social media. There is a need to examine the benefits of social media for student performance in higher education. So for the research question, we have three. The first one is, what is the relationship between social media usage and student academic performance? And the second one is, how do university students use social media for academic purpose? And what are the benefits of social media in enhancing learning and academic outcomes? Research objective. The first one is to examine the relationship between social media usage and student academic performance. And second, to identify academic related use of social media amongst university students. And the third one is to explore the benefits of social media in supporting learning and academic achievement. Next, definitions of terms. The first one is social media. Social media is online platform used for communication, information sharing, and academic collaboration. And second, academic performance. Student achievement is coursework, exams, and learning outcomes. And the last one is benefit of social media. Benefit of social media is positive impact such as improved communication, collaboration, and access to learning materials. And the last one for this chapter is scope of study. Scope of study focus on Malaysian undergraduate students, examine academic use of social media platforms, WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Emphasize benefit of social media on learning and performance, included non-university students, and and the last one for this chapter.
Chapter 2 looks at the literature review on the benefit of using social media on student performance. This chapter provides an overview of the finding of past study related to the topic of the study. In this study, social media refer to online platform used by students to communicate, share information, and support learning. Meanwhile, student performance refer to students' academic achievement, motivation, and engagement in the learning process. This chapter is also supported by theories such as Social Learning Theory (SCT). This theory was developed by someone named Albert Bandura 1998. This theory explains how interaction, collaboration, and acceptance of technology through social media can support student learning. In addition, this theory also emphasizes observational learning, limitation, and modeling.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurifa Amani binti Arif and my matric number is 1231393. Today I will continue chapter 2, which is benefit of social media. The literature review show that social media provides various benefits to students in the learning process. Many studies highlight that social media can enhance academic learning by allowing students to access learning materials, academic resource, and educational content more easily. In addition, social media facilitates communication among students, enabling them to discuss academic topics, ask questions, and exchange ideas beyond the classroom setting. Furthermore, social media support collaborative learning by encouraging group discussion, peer interaction, and teamwork in completing academic tasks. Through platforms such as discussion groups and online forums, students are able to share information, provide feedback, and learn from one another. This active interaction helps create a more engaging and supportive learning environment, which contributes positively to student learning experience. The second one is relationship with student performance. Previous studies indicate that there is a positive relationship between social media usage and student performance. When social media is used effectively for academic purpose, it can help the student understanding of course content by allowing continuous discussion and access to information. Students are also able to clarify their doubts and reinforce their learning through interaction with peers. In addition, the use of social media has been found to increase student motivation and engagement in learning activities. Increased motivation encourages students to participate more actively in their studies, which can lead to better academic outcomes. As a result, the effective integration of social media into the learning process can contribute to improved academic achievement and overall student performance.
So, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Siti Ronakira binti Rosli. My metric number 1231297. So, we continue to the next part, which is research methodology. This chapter outlines the methodological framework used to examine the benefit of social media on student performance. It discusses the research approach, research design, population and sampling, data source, method of the data collection and analysis, as well as the scope of the study. As the study is conceptual and doctrinal in nature, a text-based qualitative methodology is adopted. Qualitative methodology is particularly suitable for this study that emphasizes meaning, interpretation, and conceptual understanding rather than empirical measurement. For research approach, this study adopts a qualitative research approach to explore and understand the benefits of social media on student performance, particularly in terms of academic achievement, communication, and collaborative learning. A qualitative approach is appropriate as it focuses on students' meanings, perception, and experience related to the use of social media in the learning process. Through this approach, the study provides in-depth insight into how social media support academic activities. Next is research design. This chapter employs a qualitative descriptive research design, which is commonly used in educational and social science research to systematically describe participants' experience and perception. This design allows the study to examine how social media is perceived by students and contributing to their academic performance, communication, and collaborative learning. The research process involves identifying key terms, analyzing relevant qualitative data, and interpreting the findings to highlight the benefits of social media in the learning context. Next, research population and sampling. The population of this study consists of students who actively use social media for academic and learning purposes. This qualitative study does not aim for statistical generalization but focus on gaining in-depth understanding of students' experience and perception. Purposive sampling is employed to select participants who are relevant to the research objective. Participants are selected based on the following criteria. First, active users of social media platform. Second, use social media for learning related activities. Second, able to reflect on their academic experience and performance. Fourth is the sampling method ensures the collection of rich, relevant, and meaningful qualitative data. In conclusion, this qualitative study explored the relationship between social media usage and student performance through document-based analysis of academic literature. The study provides insight into how social media support academic achievement, learning motivation, student engagement, communication, and collaborative learning. The findings suggest that social media can enhance student performance when used appropriately for educational purposes. Overall, this study contributes to a better understanding of the role of social media in education and highlight the importance of responsible usage to support effective learning outcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ain Sufi binti Abdul Jalil. My matric number is 1231410. First one, I will explain the data collection method from chapter 3. This study employ document analysis as the data collection method. Relevant academic sources such as peer-reviewed journal article, empirical studies, academic books and conference papers related to social media and student performance were analysed. The documents were reviewed systematically to identify key findings, arguments and recurring concepts. Major themes such as academic benefit, communication, collaborative learning, motivation and student engagement were identified and categorized. The second one is data analysis technique. The study applied thematic analysis and comparative analysis. Thematic analysis was used to identify recurring themes related to the impact of social media on student performance. Comparative analysis allowed the researcher to compare findings across different studies, social media platforms, and educational contexts. The findings were interpreted using socio-cognitive theory, which explained how social interaction through social media influence learning outcomes. The next is scope and limitation of the methodology. The methodological scope of this study is limited to a qualitative document-based analysis of existing academic literature related to social media use and student achievement. This study focused on a review and analysis of scholarly sources that discuss the educational use of social media platforms and their influence on academic achievement, learning motivation, student engagement, communication, and collaborative learning. This study does not include. First one is primary data collection such as surveys, interviews, experiment or observation involving students or educator. Second is technical or algorithmic analysis of social media platforms. Third is psychological or clinical assessment of student mental health. And assessment of institutional implementation policies or strategies related to social media in education. In addition, this analysis is limited to published and recognized academic sources, including peer-reviewed journal articles, academic books, and reputable scholarly studies. In conclusion, this qualitative study highlights the positive role of social media in enhancing student performance when used appropriately for educational purposes. Social media support academic achievement, learning motivation, student engagement, communication, and collaborative learning. Overall, the study contributes to a better understanding of the role of social media in education and emphasizes the importance of responsible use to achieve effective learning outcomes.